Florida man standing in his sunroof while driving his Cadillac down I-40.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you?
Hello, everyone, and welcome to my channel. I'm Reina Creole, bringing you that spice to sci-fi and pop culture analysis. And welcome to the Welcome to Florida stream, where we talk all things Florida, including crazy Florida man stories, some Florida history, and of course, we get into some theme park talk, and tourism as well. So with that, let me bring up the rest of my awesome panel. We have Fat Seaman Seagal and we have Culture Casino. How are you guys?
Oh, I'm extraordinary. Thank you.
Why Stevie Wonder here?
I'm Stevie Wonder, and I just wanted to promote my new song, Concussion. It is me and Vigilante Williamson. We're singing while throwing golf balls.
Did you guys pay for advertisement?
I paid for the pretense that they still think I could see, but every time they try to throw a golf ball, it hits me. Okay, I'm done. It's good. He's gonna see that later anyways.
Okay, Culture's like, okay, I'm out. Oh God, it feels good to just laugh and look forward to just crazy, fun, crazy stuff.
Oh come on, get used to this. If he ever comes on the show, he is gonna have to get. Culture's trying not to laugh, but it was literally the best show we had on Wes's ever.
Goodness gracious,
it was very good.
Well, folks, so glad you guys are here with us. We got 11 people. We're going to kick off tonight's show. It's going to be fun. Of course, we've got, Florida man stuff going on. We've got some Gator things to show you. And of course, we are going to be, roasting, I would say.
Yeah.
The Disney Q1 earnings call and all that. But before I do that, definitely want to give props to the most famous Florida man right now, which is Tom Brady, for winning the Super Bowl for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Just want to tell people that because, yes, Tom Brady is officially Florida man. He has cemented it. He is Florida man indeed. So let's see who else is in here in the chat with us while we are getting started.
Holy
the
shit.
Great one is here, says now to leave this on in the background so I don't miss the start. Okay, well, hopefully you didn't miss it.
That's a rare name in there. We got OG Star Wars in here today.
Yeah, I'm getting down to everybody here. Let's see. Mr. Londell's Groovy Movie says greetings and felicitations. Hip, hip, hurrah, tally ho. Why does he sound like a Jungle Cruise?
Itchy Baka just
skipper.
retweeted us.
Who?
Itchy Baka just retweeted us.
Like the Florida stream?
Yeah.
Oh,
Thank you, Itchy.
Baka.
I was just I just saw it.
He's freaking awesome. He was on Hey OG Star Wars. He was on OG Star Wars' show. It says, hello, my queen sister. Thank you for supporting my convo with Itchy Baka today. Absolutely.
He's also welcome if you want to pass it on, OG, to get scheduled for the lunch table if he ever wants to have a one-on-one and shoot the lunchtime.
Absolutely. Oh, be freaking fabulous. Yes, please do. We would love to have him on. Yeah, OG, that stream was awesome with Itchy Baka. So if you missed it, please do go back and check it out. Definitely. OG Star Wars. I'm on so many panels with her, but Toxic Femme, Babe the Menace. She is like walking, talking Star Wars encyclopedia. And Itchy is just amazing. So let's see who else do we have. Okay, great one. Good evening. Waiting 4 days for Reina Creole. Thoughts on the Disney quarterly meeting. Oh, we gonna have fun with that tonight. Hey, Accidental Tourist, and thank you so much for being a member of my channel. To remind everyone, the member stream is going to be Saturday at 12 p.m. Eastern time. So please keep an eye out for that. I'll post a reminder about it. He says, tell me some stories of what it's like to be warm. I've forgotten the feeling. Dude, I have literally an electric blanket on right now.
I'm not hearing this right now. It's like -20 outside. We got snow. You guys are complaining about like what like 10
Yes,
degrees. Yeah,
yes,
okay.
I am. Just like you Canadians complain when the
We don't.
temperature gets to oh yes.
No,
Yes,
I
you
don't.
do.
I have air conditioning.
Yes,
I
you
sit
do.
in my room with 60-degree Fahrenheit. I like it cold.
You gotta go out sometime.
Yeah, let me know when the lockdowns happen, and I'll get on that.
You gotta go out sometime. Hey yo, Punk Trace. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Culture.
No, I was just going to say I had to deal with the 60s today. So
how many sweaters did you have to put on?
Sport sweatshirt.
I'm trying to find lessons for tiny violins just so I can play both of you a song right now. That's how much
I don't care.
Yes, you do. I would make it a fantastic song.
I don't care.
No, you do.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do.
Keep thinking I don't. Hey, El Punk Traces. Hi, Fat Steven Culture and Lorena Creole. Well, hello, El Punk Trace. So glad that you are here with us. Blah Brady. Yeah, we got to say Blah Brady. I have to say that. I have to. Considering I used to hate him. Tom Brady, quarterback. He's played for the
why is it called Blah?
Because it's like, Brady. Some people think he's overrated. I'm just glad he won for the Buccaneers. That's all I freaking care about. Hey, John Ware Jr. says, can't wait to get the Disney Q1 earnings call breakdown. Well, we are definitely going to give you that tonight with our unique twist on things. Hey, Keck44 says, howdy. 2020 has been a great year for all Tampa's pro sports teams. I know. Miami is jealous as hell.
Yeah. They're not jealous of the mayor, though.
Oh God. Oh, no.
Sorry.
Jesus. Dude. Anyway, Dave Bob. Hello, and thank you for being a member of the channel. Says hello, Lorena. Says, hey, Steven. Pretty sure he's going to get to culture very soon. And Happy Dinosaur. Hello. Happy Dinosaur 9000 says, happy Valentine's Day to you, all my friends. I'd stay, but I've got a date with an anime girl devil and a box of Oreos. Well, get to it, my dear. Get to it, my dear. And we have Nikki D, who says, good evening, everyone. Well, good evening to you. We've got 17 folks watching. That is awesome. So I think what I'll get to is I love it when regulars in the chat send me Florida stuff on Twitter. they find it absolutely has to be the best stuff. So this one, which I thought was hilarious. So this is from a Theme Park Casual, who's a regular in the chat. Says, Reina Creole and Fat Seagal Batman, I made reservations for us. So this is Gators Daily that says, I was born in the wrong generation.
Whoa.
Wow.
Now, I'm going to add something quickly, though. The reason why it's called Seagal Batman is because back when that Keaton Batman actually was, they're looking for the actual leads, Seagal was actually considered to play Batman before Keaton.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that was back in his, like, action
89.
days, right?
Well, when he wore the puffy shirts and still ran like a girl, yeah. So it'd be a very feminine Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah, he still was handing people their shorts though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you love seeing Steven Seagal flick back in the day.
That is so weird.
It is, and I want to say, oh my gosh, is that real or is it Photoshop?
It looks pretty real to me.
And I was going to say, it just looks too real. I mean, you had people who knew how to wrangle gators, and who knows, these gators were probably nice and fed already. They weren't really, they didn't really care. But I just love vintage pictures.
People crossed the country with gators so they could like essentially do shows. There were gator wranglers all like even in Arkansas and places like that.
Arkansas?
Really?
Yeah, I'm going to have to find, I have a bunch of that history stuff on people that actually traveled and set up shop in places and had gator ranches that weren't anywhere close to,
Oh, that's cool.
Where they would live normally.
For me, it's weird to hear or see any gators outside of Florida unless they're in the zoo. Hey, Soul Assassin says, hey, everybody, hope you're staying warm. And Subhumans here says, happy Valentine's Day, my queen and gentlemen.
Hey, Sub. Good to see you, buddy.
Yeah. It's just, I love seeing these vintage pictures. And Oh, it's creepy, but it's just like, dang, I feel like you have to have nerves of steel to do that.
Yeah.
Why is it vintage pictures look so much better in black and white when the pristine? You know what I mean? Though it's like they look nicer for some reason.
Yeah, there's a touch of elegance. Your eyeball can appreciate the shadow and the light better.
Mm-hmm.
I love black and white photography.
I agree. There's just something, I don't know, there's something just timeless about it.
Oh, Sub is in Florida right now.
Hey, Sub.
You are? Which part of Florida, dude? To let us know if you can.
Oh, God, I'm terrified to find out.
Hey, DJ Beto says, hi, everyone. You're not in Pasco County, are you? I hope not.
We're not near like the gangster Compton style with the wheelchairs and the.
No, that'd be Liberty City. I'm just guessing. Let me shut up. Liberty City in Miami. People know that. People who've been in Miami know that. Hey, Brett Cohen says, seems I'm not so late. When's my history lesson begin? Well, we've traded in history for finance today. Palmetto. Oh, okay, cool. Well, I'm glad you're nice, warm weather. Well, here's another one from Gators Daily. I think this is going to be one of my new favorite fun, guilty pleasure tweet streams. So this one says, man talks to gator like dog from Gatorland. So you already know.
Yeah.
You already know this is going to be.
It looks like the same gator that was in the ice earlier.
Oh, boy.
Except I think this one actually looks a bit friendlier.
Yeah. So are you saying that all gators look alike?
You're being crazy. No.
Yeah, I'm being very gatorist.
Behave. Behave, fat man.
I can't.
Chill out. Scuba Steve.
Did somebody say Scuba Steve?
He called the gator. The other gator over there is called Scuba Steve.
Crazy
Oh!
naughty. Crazy naughty. Behave.
You fat boy.
Hey, fat man. Chill out. Scuba Steve.
See?
Oh my gosh. It is. It acts like a freaking like a dog, but that's one of those Gatorland gators.
South Central UK.
If the animal is young enough, it does develop an impression on the person, right? Like a relative or a parent, right? So that they don't always will go after you, isn't that right?
I think for some of them they do, especially at Gatorland. It's more of like a refuge. And everyone, oh, OG, you went. It's like the coolest thing. I didn't get a chance to go in because I had too much to do, but I drove by the entrance to Gatorland, and I dare say it seemed busier in the parking lot than at Disney. He is nixing the gator. No way in hell.
Yes, you will. Yeah, come on.
I think with these, because remember we saw pictures, I think around Christmas time, where they literally had this lady like in an angel outfit, and she's just there hanging out with the gators, and they're just chilling like it's no big deal and hanging out. But yeah, they're Gatorland, and
they're well fed, and but I'm not sure how much I would attribute like an affinity that they would grow for a human, other than there's lunch. Because their brains are the size of dog biscuits. I mean, it's not like there's a lot going on up there. So they have one job.
It's still.
Are you being
still a
demeaning
wild
to gator?
animal? Demeaning to gators? Nah,
Yeah.
it's truthful because they are wild. They are freaking wild animals. Hey, Griffin Turbo says, "Hey yo, happy people." Cool, OG. Yeah, I have to go in Gatorland for it.
That's cool.
No joke. If you were ever having a crap day, go to Gatorland's website, and there's a number that you can call for information on the park.
Oh, you need the fluffy clip where it's like, "Hola, welcome to Gatorland."
Call that number, and the messages that you get about Gatorland, not only are they funny in English, but hit 2 for Spanish, and it's even funnier.
Wow. All right. Now I have a job. I have a job tomorrow.
Gatorland is one of those things that it kind of harkens back to, the tourist trap attractions you see, like all across America, and like the big ball and yarn, and it's a tourist trap, but you don't care because it's funny. Oh, you got the clip? Okay, cool.
Okay. Give me 1 second. I'm just gonna.
When I became a comedian, I'm like, oh my God, there's a whole nother world out there.
When I was hanging
It
out in
is.
Florida, I got a chance to experience an amusement park that was a little different. It was an alternative park called Gatorland.
If we get claimed, I'll take this out.
It's a real park, and I've met
It
the
is
owners,
real.
and they're really cool people. But I got to tell you, the best part about this amusement park is they have a recording.
Yep.
The funniest thing I've ever heard. You call this park, this is what you hear.
No joke. Let me see if I can grab the number.
You've reached Gatorland, America's premier gator extravaganza. You've seen them on TV, now come see them live. Gatorland, you're going to love this park. Then
And
he
that is
says this,
exactly what
for
it sounds like.
Spanish, press 2.
You have to do
I
that.
gotta hear this. I don't speak Spanish, but you're gonna love this park.
But for real though, they have a lady there when you hit that number.
I called them like 10 times.
And there's a lady who tells you in Spanish what's going on with the park. And most of the time she'll speak in Spanish, but other portions it's like Spanglish that you'll get. So it's just freaking hysterical. I love it. I love it. Fluffy's Australian Beaches bits. Oh, I'll have to check that out because I like Gabriel Iglesias. Yes, but like I said, I dropped the number in the chat to Gatorland. So give them a call. Listen to the recording. But if you're on Twitter, after the show. If you're on Twitter, follow them on Twitter because trust me, it's almost up there with like cute doggo pictures. You can see like cute gator pictures as well. So 28 people watching. Thank you so much, folks. This is the Welcome to Florida live stream. And we are going to go. You guys ready for this week's Florida Man story?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we start making a scale for next week on the stupid scale for every Florida Man story? Great.
Why not? We may have to wind up readjusting that scale every now and then.
Well, after seeing a naked man getting tased who stole a police car, I think I'm pretty good on the scale of where it goes and where it ends.
I think you could have different clips, when we get to a 10, it like animates and goes crazy, do a stream bot thing. I think it'd be awesome.
I think so too. That's a good idea. Because we're
Just
starting
make
to
the
get
scale a gator.
A gator, half a gator, whole gator, or like egg, baby gator, adolescent gator, big ass gator. The gator that still bit dude's hand off.
Oh, Chubbs
from the arm amputated from the awesome.
Adventures of Florida Man. Oh, yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Well, this week, it is Valentine's Day. So I find it very apropos that I
took
found
my hand.
This one. Man steals ring from one girlfriend to propose to another in Orlando, sheriff says.
All right.
Yeah. Fox 35, Orlando. Oh, yeah. A ring. I would think if it was a ring pop, she'd let that crab go, but that'd still be kind of funny. But yeah, Volusia County. Oh, God. Yes, I have relatives in freaking Volusia County. So this is Daytona Beach. Daytona Beach area. So the Volusia County Sheriff's Office is searching for a man, they say, stole an engagement ring and wedding bands from his girlfriend in Orange City and used them to propose to his other girlfriend in Orlando.
Well, I gotta give him credit because he's following the 3 R's: reuse, reduce, and recycle. So he's doing 2 of them at least. Yeah.
You thought Orlando folk were cool. Orlando folks are nuts. There's like a crazy scale. There's, I think the lowest is maybe Southwest Florida. Then you've got Orlando and Tampa and Jacksonville and Miami. They're kind of all the same.
You have the highfalutin people in the Orlando area. If you go up to Winter Garden, and there's certain places that are a little more highfalutin.
Yeah, Windermere. Dr. Phillips.
Dr. Phillips, great neighborhood, right near Disney World. Yep, yeah, great and lots of land. There's actually some really nice areas there, and then there's the other side of the tracks.
Yes, 441 Orange Blossom Trail, aka OBT. Do not be there after dark.
What is OBT?
That's short for Orange Blossom Trail.
Orange Blossom Trail.
Why does it sound like I should be wearing Hello Kitty riot armor if I go there after dark?
Because you probably should.
Soulless. My God, the chat's on fire.
Pine Hills, we call that Crime Hills. One ring to women.
My mama always said, recycle, even if it's your girlfriend's ring for another girl you're gonna
Have
marry.
the audience vote on each story. You know what? We're just going to have a Florida man
We are.
edition of
We need a
this.
meter.
We really do. That's some crap that happens in Alabama.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, Metcalf, we'll actually get to Disney news a little bit later on. So let's say Florida man likely dropped by the cemetery to give flowers.
I'm still chubbed. Hold on. I think you should just throw golf balls at all those gators and then leave you alone.
Oh my gosh. Hey, Keck, Orlando folks are weird. Doesn't Drunk 3PO, aka Jay, live there? Yes, he does. And yes, I used to live in Orlando for a while. There's a scale with Orlando.
There is.
With Orlando crazy. There really is.
You can, if you're near downtown, it's a little bit different.
Mm-hmm.
But then the weirdest thing is you watch the invasion of the locals from south of the world come in and drink their way around the world and mistreat all of the tourists. That's always an exciting thing.
It's always fun to say, where are you? Where do you think you're going, stupid tourist? Oh God, it's like Jerry Springer, Jerry Springer show in action, literally.
Subhuman is in Palmetto.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh, I hope you got our insurance, brother.
Florida men were the OG Karens. At least they're funny compared to them. I don't know if I'd call them OG Karens. Every time I think of Karens, I think of
blue hair.
I think of Cape Cod. Yeah, Florida men are they're like cousins to Australians. Really, it's the same mentality. Who the frick cares what anybody else thinks? Hold my beer. Watch this.
Hold on, DJ, I do not stalk you. You had to come to the channel I actually panel on. It's not like I'm chasing you down and then telling you to come here so I can stalk you later. It doesn't work like that.
He said only
anymore.
Kidding. Only kidding.
I know.
Metaf, I like staying in Orlando, which I've done many times. Is there a lot of crime there? It depends on where you are.
If you're near if you're in the bubble of the theme parks,
yeah,
you're fine. You have to get a little outside of that area. And that's, again, why Lorena was talking about Dr. Phillips and a few of the other really nice neighborhoods that surround the Disney World area.
They're nice, but it's kind of like sorry, Culture, I mean to cut you off. But it's also another thing that I tell people, when you go on vacation, don't forget to pack your common sense, because there are pickpockets in the park. There's crime that does happen in the park. It's very rare, but it does happen. People tend to let down their guards a little bit when they're on vacation. So it's like, you just need to be situationally aware. Like when I was told when I was over, in Europe, in London, London, relatively safe, but pay attention and be situationally aware. So Orlando's great. I mean, there's not really any super huge, crime problems. No. There's pockets, but they're outside of the Disney bubble.
Yeah, well outside. I mean, you have to get significantly south of Osceola.
Yeah,
but it's bump and runs are common there as far as when they pickpocket you. If you have a billfold, I always recommend putting a rubber band. I know it sounds like I'm 100,000 years old, but you put a rubber band around it and put it in your front pocket.
Mm-hmm. And another thing I've seen like European tourists flash like wads of dollar bill of cash in public. I'm just saying you don't want to invite trouble by doing that. But I have seen that happen. And please don't wear your Louis Vuitton into the park. I'm just saying. Anyway, next let me get going. Hey, Kai MFS says, hey everyone. So deputies say Joseph L. Davis went by Joe Brown with one girlfriend and Marcus Brown with the other. He is now wanted on a felony charge of grand theft. Both women say they met him on the dating app OkCupid in 2015 and 2016.
Dude's got game.
Whoo, yeah. Both, he does. So deputies say the Orange City woman came to them after finding out that Davis was engaged to another woman and discovering that he had stolen rings from her that belonged to her grandmother. So this is the Facebook post from the Volusia County Sheriff's Department. It's amazing how many crimes and thefts get solved by just posting stuff on Facebook for what they were doing. So here's the guy, relatively good looking. So when she looked up the fiance's Facebook page, I guess it's the other chick, she noticed a photo of her wearing a wedding band and engagement ring that was identical to her own from a prior marriage. When she went to check her jewelry box, she discovered her rings were missing, they said. So the woman contacted the fiance and got some of her stuff back. And that's when they both reportedly dumped him and worked together as detectives. I like this story. I like this story. So the Orlando fiance described how Brown had fooled her too, even taking her to the Orange City girlfriend's house while she was at work, claiming the house was his and asking her to move in with him, the sheriff's office said. She told detectives she packed up her apartment, disassembled her furniture, and was ready to move in until one day he told her the deal fell through. That's some super Mac level activity going on there.
He's in the field.
I feel very bad that this is a story we're covering on Valentine's Day.
I know. I know.
Just remember, buy one of them flowers, steal the other one's ring, then apologize.
Hey, Pod Racing Palpatine, it's been a while. Said keep missing y'all. Busy here. Hello there. Well, hello. And here's KJTSP. Hey, yeah, everyone. John Beck. Hey, dude, he has been stringing one of them along for that long. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kai, I don't speak French, Kai. I'm sorry.
So yeah, like Culture said, this dude's got game. Dude's got game. So nothing wrong with Valentine's Day. You're lucky I don't bring up the police blotter. That would have been that'll really test your faith in humanity. So the fiance also reported a laptop and jewelry were missing from her apartment after Brown moved out and disappeared. Davis reportedly has a record as a convicted felon out of Oregon and North Carolina. So apparently he's got an active arrest warrant out of Oregon for a hit-and-run crash. Prior arrests include fictitious ID, filing a false police report, domestic assault, and possession of Bolivian marching powder with intent to sell.
Well done.
Thank you. I'm getting tired of getting dinged here. Getting better at this YouTube thing. So, in one of his out-of-state booking records from 2014, the jail listed a tattoo described as a cross with "Only God can judge me" on his laptop. Identical to the tattoo both victims described of having. Dang God. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
God might judge him, but his intelligence does not. That's for sure.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Only God can judge me. It's Culture. Some of us are single. We can handle these stories.
Oh, okay.
Sounds like a good movie for the Lifetime channel. You know what?
Is it Lifetime or Hallmark that makes the ones where it's always a tragedy for the woman?
I think that's both. They both suck.
It's both. It's if it's like a humorous type of thing, it's Hallmark. But if it's like To Catch a Predator or something like that,
Lifetime?
It's on Lifetime. Yeah, it's crazy. I've watched so many of them. I get hooked.
Dude has game.
He does. Story reminds me of the Chasing Poppy movie.
You guys were talking about Louis Vuitton. I just wanted to share this quickly because I think everyone missed this in the news that came out this week after the chance.
I joke and call it Louis Vuitton. Oh, hold on a second. Only Florida track. Hey, Michelle Jolin. DJ B2 says, I love the Bolivian marching powder reference. Yeah, I had to get
Bacon
creative
soda.
because YouTube kept dinging me. I'm like, what's the issue? Oh yeah, I guess I shouldn't talk about Bolivian.
Now
What?
you said Louis Vuitton, right? And this thing popped in my head. This is actually a Louis Vuitton. This is called the Puppet Hoodie.
Y'all
And look at
stupid.
this price. No, look, if you look at that, but now look at how happy our model looks. 'Cause I don't know why I wanted to bring this up, but this is real.
That it,
$7,400
it's out of stock, but look, it's a puppet hoodie. This is like something you would stick on like a puppeteer's like lawn and lay it on fire. Because this is so stupid.
All right, you know what? If you're anywhere near the mall in Millennia in Orlando, go to Louis Vuitton and see if they have this jacket. I would love to find out and see if they have
anyone wants to get me one for my birthday, don't.
Mr. Lockdown's Groovy Movie says since only God can judge him, I wouldn't stand too close to because of the lightning bolts.
I'm just trying to picture.
Tom!
Can you picture some kid going, just a bunch of kids chasing after you, trying to rip him off? And you're like, oh, there goes $1,000. There goes $1,000. There goes $1,000.
You know what, Tom? If you want the link to come on, just let me know because we're actually about to get into the Disney Q1 earnings report. So
yeah,
I think Tom would rock this. We should get one for Tom. But can you picture
Tom
this?
He's about to do the drag stream thing. Maybe I don't know.
Oh, really?
Wait, puppets are drag?
I think if there's a charitable, there's going to be a charitable thing, right, Tom?
Would you do me? I'd do me.
Steven, can you do me a favor? Can you please send Tom the StreamYard link?
I don't know. Has Tom been a good boy today?
I think yeah.
Okay. Then I don't want. No, I was expecting bad Tom.
Bad Tom or Bat Tom?
No, bad Tom. Your inbox is full, Tom.
Let me fit a few puppets on you. And to think somebody actually thought that was a good freaking idea. Fashion is nuts.
They actually showed this on my morning news thing. Like they have a morning show every day of the week. And I saw this. I'm like, I gotta find if this is real. And they showed it. I'm like, I gotta see pictures. I gotta find if anyone is wearing this in public because no.
I'm pretty sure there's some weird people who wear this stuff to stupid ass parties.
I think
I've seen some of these.
Yeah. I no.
Dev teams.
There you go.
They would.
Yeah. Yeah, they'd probably rock that stupid hat too. Did you see that hat? I mean, that really just completes the ensemble.
That just sets it off.
But look how he's looking at that bear. He's like, "You're gonna get it. I'm gonna rip off this head as soon as the pictures are done. I don't care."
I'm sorry. I thought Louis Vuitton was like classy. What the heck?
They're classy. Look, it says Paris on the hat. Look, they're very classy.
Goodness gracious, that's just no. That's just.
Can I take this off the screen?
Yes, please do.
Thank you so much. It's horrible to look at.
Hey, Metcalf. Yeah, I saw you. Yeah, I saw your comment.
Super chat from Palpatine.
Thank you, Pod Racing Palpatine, for the £5 super chat. Actually, £4.99. Thank you so much for supporting my channel. Glad to be here. Love the show. As Ian Malcolm said, life gets in the way. It sure does. He's
here, isn't he? I can feel him. Tom. I can feel the lipstick.
Not yet. Not yet. I haven't heard the pop up yet.
Bling. Oh boy.
But there's 31 people watching. Thank you so much. This is the Welcome to Florida stream. And here with my panel, we are going to get started ripping this Q1 earnings call. Hey, Darth Haster, how you doing? Yes, please do watch the replay for the collapse of Mouse. Hey, Tom, how you doing?
Hello.
Hi, Tom. I loved you with that makeup on Friday.
We're going over the Walt Disney Q1 earnings call.
Hey, Bagels Mets. Yes, the lovely call where I swear I needed like a coffee IV to stay awake in this freaking thing. Oh my gosh.
Follow me on a magical adventure as we look at the Disney company and how everything they say is nothing but bullcrap. Crikey.
Welcome to the earnings call.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's kind of what the dude sounded like.
Chapek? Yeah.
The king of China.
Have you seen my honey?
Oh, bother.
That's exactly the attitude too. Like, oh, this is it. Please be excited while I kind of try to sound excited to bring you a nothing burger.
Welcome to the Walt Disney Company earnings call.
I have to tell you, we are doing so amazing with our Disney Plus services. Do not go on Twitter, though.
I've got a necktie instead of a tail.
Yeah, but it was one of those where if you had the clip to play, I would say play the clip that's like, please clap, because the guy that hosted, the guy that hosts this thing, he could put insomniacs to sleep.
Lowell! Oh my gosh, Lowell!
So wait, is he like the dinosaur guy that Robin Williams replaced in Mrs. Doubtfire? Remember that guy was playing with the dinosaurs going, now this is the T-Rex, as you can see, and this is the Brontosaurus.
Kind of like that. Like not the monotone entertaining like Ben Stein. Not like that. But this just this is what we're doing, and this is my excited voice while I tell you all the great stuff that Disney is doing, but we're not really doing. And there's only a couple of you. We're going to let you ask questions, but we're not really going to answer them because we have this stockholders meeting that's coming next month, and we have to figure out what we're going to tap dance around for that particular meeting.
When people can actually ask real questions, because real people will ask questions.
Yes.
That's going to be the entertainment of the year for me. Yeah, so we better get cooking on this because I know we don't want to.
We've got a lot, and I've got like several tabs to go through.
Welcome to the Walt Disney earnings call.
Thank you.
My name is Eeyore.
Everyone, welcome.
I'm wearing a necktie instead of a tail.
I'm saying goodbye, horses. With
But I am actually cribbing off of Pirates.
Can you all hear me better now?
Yes, I can hear you much better now.
Pardon?
I can hear you much better now.
Shut up, Fat Steven. Give me $500.
No, I'm not giving $500. How about you talk to Stevie Wonder and his golf ball album Concussion?
Well, this is all lovely. We're going to have to get moving. So. Pirates and Princesses. This is the website run by Geeky Sparkles over on Clownfish TV. Awesome. They are also Disney stockholders for people who don't know. And kind of like me and kind of like Culture, we don't really hit the pixie dust when we start talking about Disney. We keep it real. And so they had their Q1 earnings call. Again, boring. And like I've told people, regular people cannot just go to this, get in on this call to ask questions. You have to listen to all the investor people talk about it. So the first thing that they kicked off with, after markets closed because, reasons, absolutely. So they talk about the 100K doses of the COVID vaccine that they're administering at Disneyland. Woo! Disney Plus is at 94.9 million subscribers. ESPN at 12.1 million. Hulu at 34.9 million subscribers. So with this whole thing with Disney Plus, they're saying they have 95 million paid subscribers. Again. But go ahead, Culture.
No, please. I'm sorry.
I was going to say, what does paid actually?
It probably includes the Verizon, anything that came from deals like with the Fortnite stuff. It's probably they're including all of it, but they're not going to say where it all comes from because why wouldn't you leave it out?
No, and that's the thing. They are not full paying subscribers. You're exactly right, Stephen. It is anything that they have a negotiated promotional deal with where they're paying pennies on the dollar or, quarters on the dollar, I guess, in some cases, like the Verizon deal, that they're offering these as packages so that they can bring in subscribers. It's no different than any other subscription service does early on. And so technically, Verizon pays them a certain amount of money to offer this to their people for quote unquote free. At least for Verizon's, it's their top two phone, what do they call them? Unlimited plans. And then you have the Xbox deal with the new Xbox Series X. You had the Fortnite thing. That
Fortnite, Sorry.
Yeah.
Fortnite, if you did anything, I think above the anything from $10 and above, you had a chance of getting anywhere from 1 to 2 months free of the Disney Plus with any V-Buck purchase.
Yeah.
Also with some of the bundles, because I know I have Disney Plus, but I pay effectively like a penny for Disney Plus.
Yeah, Terry, you're right. Tuesday will be a nail biter for the stock, so you want to definitely pay attention to it.
Yeah. Because now, oh, sorry, go ahead. Go
No,
ahead.
please.
I was going to say, right now the stock is, I think, at market close, it was like around like what 180.
It had jumped. It had gone up
like
and
that.
down all day. Terry was actually in on a stream, in my Friday stream, where it had actually angled up from its posted daily low at that point. But it's just, here's the thing. I mean, we haven't talked about it yet, but their EPS was down again.
Oh, I think the year comparison, like a year before, was like $1.30 something EPS, and this time it's like 32 cents EPS.
No, actually, it was negative. They reported, I think it was minus 84-cent EPS. I think
That's the difference, right?
Right. Yeah.
Okay, because I was saying like the actual
per
amount.
diluted share. Yeah. Yeah. But it's just this weird. We're in this crazy weird place right now, and here's the thing. Yes, they have 95 people that have accounts on Disney Plus that somebody pays for. It's some amount of money. Right. They also can claim, I get to use it free. Yep, absolutely, Dave. Bob and a lot of people are in that position.
That's my sister's in that position. She gets to use mine for free.
Anyway, so yes, that's how we come about it. 186.90. Thank you, Terry.
Okay,
Appreciate it.
I
knew it was real close to 187 again. So, but let's. I didn't mean to get us sloppy.
Okay. No. Let's see. Just want to get to this one from Metaf, and actually he has another question called like you look at it. He says, Reina made me consider being a stockholder and investor of a company once I get enough money. Keep an eye on Disney stock. I tell people I think that it is way too expensive right now, and I think it's overvalued. I've told people once it dropped down below 70 and I would buy it. I just really think it's overvalued. But
is it true, though, that they also rebuy and resell their stock just to inflate their prices?
They did up until recently. The stock buyback program was in full effect for how many years? 3 years almost under Iger.
Quite a bit.
Yeah. They were buying back stock left and right. They were taking, and which was a good plan. I mean, they're increasing their value by buying back stock and making it, even better. Cheating? But yes, ESPN did lose their broadcast. They're losing a bunch of broadcast subscribers. So they're really not replacing them with the ESPN Plus. Not to mention ESPN Plus is also included in a bundle that includes Disney Plus and Hulu. So essentially it's like buy 2, get 1 free is kind of how they're doing that bundle. Disney is overvalued. That's probably the right way to say it. Yeah.
It really is. Brett Cohen for $5 Australian. Thank you so much. Heard the stock bloated, but at what price would you see value in it? Under 70. That's just I tell people to
124.
Consider. You're saying 124?
I think if I were going to buy back in, if the number came back under 124.50, somewhere in there, that's about where the value margin would be. I think. I would have to look at it again. It's been a while since I looked at it.
Can I have a question?
I just know from let me say this real quick. I just know from myself personally, I just said, and again, it depends on who you are. For me, I said if it's below 70, I'd consider buying. But if it drops, like it's on its way close to like 100, I would seriously keep an eye on it.
Yeah. It's one of those things, and Terry's right. I mean, right now, this stock's a hold because it's
definitely. Definitely.
Yeah. And I mean, if you were on the run up to this, you're a very happy human being because now this is Disney's only goose is the Disney Plus. Everything else is laying eggs.
Yeah, it's a mess. Go ahead, Sue.
I have one. First thing is when WandaVision ends, they're probably going to lose value. That's my one opinion. The second thing is that, do we honestly believe that Disney has any value at all?
Well, they do.
No. You're not getting it. No, I don't mean commercial value of the actual stocks. They have no value at all.
I understand. I understand what you're saying. I know
they're empty.
Yeah. They're coming up an empty shirt at the moment, but that's a different perspective too.
Yeah, that's creative versus
as far as the earnings call goes, 94.5 million paid subscribers. Fantastic. You lost a bunch on the broadcast side. You have cancellations like never before. I think I've done a video on it, and I think Tom and Andre and I were over on Midnight's Edge talking about it at one point in time, not too long ago.
They close a studio as well.
Well, they've been doing that a little bit here and there along the way. As
there was one recently.
Properties.
Blue Sky.
Yeah, Blue Sky. That's the one.
Because they did Ice Age. That was part of Fox, wasn't it?
By Sid.
Yeah, so basically all they did was they soaked up all the IPs and they won't sell the company. That way they don't lose the IPs and they just shut it down.
Yeah, they bought it and killed it.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, Disney Channel shut down in the UK too. I remember that. I remember we had reported on that too. Yeah, it's just and also the thing with Disney Plus is there isn't a lot of original content. On that service,
not a lot of good original content.
No, that's true.
Where's the original content again? The only original content on Disney Plus right now is the loading screen before the shows come on.
Well, WandaVision. I mean,
that is relative.
Mandalorian. They released. They've released a few original programs and a couple of programs.
Like ones like Pixar in real life. This one, I hear you, but at the same time, while you do get the jibes in, there are some things there that some people do attach value to, like especially with some of the Pixar things that are there. But compared to other services like Netflix and like Hulu, they're nowhere near that.
Oh yeah, I will say this again because we are talking about financial stuff. Thank you, Michelle Jolan. This is not. I'm not giving you financial advice.
No, not at all. No, it's just this is what I do. This is what culture looks at. Yeah. Please do not consider this as financial advice.
No, I'm not a financial advisor. I have no license to do so. So therefore, take my analysis with the same grain of salt you'll take my analysis on Star Wars quality.
I should put that in a darn crawl.
If you're talking puppet hoodies, though, that is definitely an investment.
I'm trying to do with that. But here's the other one that I wanted to look at, because one thing that they mentioned on the earnings call that was interesting is how they were saying that they were putting less capital expenditure into the parks.
Oh yeah.
And dumping more of it into streaming.
Which essentially they gutted Project Gamma, so you're getting very little of the Epcot redevelopment that they touted in 2019. They're moving it like the slowest speed possible on opening attractions that are nearly ready or ready, like Ratatouille in Epcot and Tron over at Magic Kingdom. They're really not ramping up for the 50th anniversary celebration, which is this year.
And the Guardians of the Galaxy coaster. They just talked about it, but they never said anything about a date.
Nope, they're not even going to do that. And here's the thing: the birthdays have always been a big thing at the parks, especially the centennials every 10 years, right? So. Not centennials. That's wrong. The decennial. I forget how to say the decade.
Every 10-year celebration.
Centennial. Anyway, so they really that's where they put it. They celebrate the 5 years, but for the most part, it's every 10 years is a big thing. This is a 50th anniversary of the opening of Magic Kingdom, and it's supposed to be enormous. And they're putting capital behind redeveloping existing attractions to be less perceived in whatever strange world they live in, wrong or right. But anyway, that's beside the point. Like I said, Disney Plus gains 21.2 million subscribers while parks continue to see billions in losses. They're not making money. The subscriber, Tom, do you remember, is it 2024 or 2025 when Disney Plus will start making money?
Probably 2024, I think they said.
Okay.
Basically, really, it boils down to once they get to about 200 to 250 million subscribers. Then they'll be in the black.
Yeah.
Because they want an operating cost of between $9 and $10 billion, and that's the magic number.
Yep.
That they have to be profitable and be able to have that kind of a production cost.
Yeah. And now through 2023 or 2024, I think it's 2023, they're spending $14 billion in content creation for Disney Plus alone.
And speaking of that content creation, let me flip back over here to this, because here's what cracked me up. Okay. So Chapek talks about, everyone's heard about the Wakanda series that they're supposed to be doing for Disney Plus, right? So there's that. And there's the push for diversity and inclusion. Yeah, they made a big deal about that too, just like I thought they were going to when they first started. Then they talk about Raya and the Last Dragon is about female empowerment.
What?
Yes, that's exactly what they said. They said Raya and the Last Dragon is about female empowerment. Okay, so hold on. Okay, so hold on a second for a minute. All right, so I saw the trailer for this, and I reviewed the trailer for this. I did not get this whole female empowerment mantra about that. It seemed like it was mostly about family and finding your way and a father figure that didn't look like an idiot or talk like an idiot. So I thought that was going to be pretty cool. But yes, they led with the words female empowerment. So right out of the gate, they were talking about diversity and inclusion, and that's when they started talking about the new Wakanda series. That's when they talked about, bringing Soul that they brought around December, and when they were talking about Raya and the Last Dragon and about that being all about female empowerment. Yes, that is the major push that they made with relation to Disney Plus.
I was warning everybody about, right? It doesn't matter.
Is the dragon gonna like protesting halfway through about empowerment of the female form or something? Am I missing this? Is it in like a special scene?
No, I think it's because here's the thing. The antagonist and the protagonist are both female. That in itself is not a bad thing. We've seen that happen in many Disney movies.
Snow White.
So I'm thinking it's going to be pretty cool to watch and see what happens. But there wasn't a blatant quote unquote female empowerment theme, like banging you over the head with it. I didn't get that from the trailer, but apparently that's the way that Chapek spun it. Hey, Ord's Board, thank you for the $5 super chat. He says, thank you all for being so dope. Dude, thank you for being so dope, especially that interview with you and Amber that we aired earlier today.
You know that bridesmaid shower Queen's Council's got to happen now, right?
Oh, heck yeah. Oh, heck yeah.
Is that like a wet t-shirt contest?
You got the wrong type. No, that's the bachelor party.
Oh, okay.
But if you want to get a wet t-shirt, go for it.
John Weir Jr. says maybe female empowerment and diversity inclusion was said to appease certain foreign financiers. No, they have a CEO of diversity inclusion.
Yeah, they created a new position and they added a key, which has not been done in forever. So yeah, it's garbage.
I have a theory about that. Like, I know I've seen her picture on their website, but I think it's just a picture and she doesn't actually exist.
No, she exists.
She does?
Yes, she exists. She's done interviews. You have her, and not for nothing, but it's just purely to let people know, FYI. The CEO of like Disney Plus, Digital Inclusion, that's that guy. He's also black. And the guy who left, I believe that's not that he was, because he was a mentor, I think, under Iger.
Yeah, and he moved on. He got a pretty decent job. So
Universal,
he did pretty well on his move.
Yeah.
But this is one of those weird things. So anyway, moving along, because this call was long.
So the other thing before I forget, because I don't want to forget about this, and I think Tom had asked about this before too, they are still planning to put Black Widow in theaters. They're still committed to
my local drive-in actually has it advertised already.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Well, it's because they're closed right now, so that'll be probably the first movie they come back with. Yeah.
And come with your family. See women empowerment with popcorn.
Yeah. So that's what they were talking about, because even one of the investors asked, are you still sticking with this theatrical window? And yep, that's what they're sticking with.
Isn't it also coming to the streaming at the same time though, but they're doing the same premium stuff, or was that just Black Widow?
You mean the other ones, like with Mulan and with Raya and the Last Dragon?
That's what I was hearing.
I heard they're doing both.
They might, because they're doing it with Raya and the Last Dragon, so it wouldn't surprise me.
Oh, they're doing that too with that, huh?
Yeah, they're doing. Yeah.
Little day and date.
It doesn't make any freaking sense. I
know it.
Yep. A 90-minute animated. Okay, well, close
for
to
$20
hours. For
20
30.
No, 30. Culture.
30,
Last
right?
one was
Are
30.
they doing it
They're
again? Going back up to
they're motion.
$29.99?
They would never lower the price.
Did they drop it? I thought it was.
Well, I don't know. For whatever reason, okay, I'm not. I may have misunderstood
Oh, okay.
what I heard.
Okay,
But
I thought it was the
It may
same
not have been
price.
stated during the investors call, but like I said, that type of stuff irritates me, and for this very same reason, I think it's going to irritate everybody else, and especially you, Lorena. If you cancel the service, you don't have the thing anymore.
That's right.
And we're finding out at Amazon you don't own the thing that you buy digitally, and all these people are telling you don't own the thing, despite the fact that when you buy physical media, you're holding it.
Yeah.
So
holding it's good.
Yeah. They're gonna do this whole premium access BS again.
Or you hold it and squeeze it in your hand.
If you sit on it when it gets numb and then you hold it, it's like holding a stranger.
Oh, it's just God.
I can see Culture's face
That's what they're gonna do.
cramping up.
That's just what they're gonna do. And anyway, so they
Here
go
it is.
down here, like, 2.6 billion for the parks lost due to closures and reduced operating capacities.
can we back up one sentence, because there's something I want everybody to know.
Which part?
Just up one sentence. Disney won't be providing subscriber updates, but they will update at the end of the quarter, or if they think they should announce something like milestones. In other words, we're now seeing churn. We are seeing subscribers cancel.
Oh, yeah.
We just pissed off a buttload of subscribers. Notice how I'm not using curse words yet, because
So in
we're
other
only
words-
57 minutes in.
So is this code for we're hiding updates because we don't want people to panic?
Yeah. I believe so. I mean, again, they were like, "Hey, we're checking all these mileposts. We're expanding. We're 2 years ahead of our expansion plan because we had to rush to open up all these foreign markets, and so pay attention to this stuff." And then they say, "You know what? We're going to stop telling you about it."
Yeah. Especially that Hotstar service, the one that had like the 18 plus or whatever, that's not coming to the United States.
No, it's going everywhere but the U.S., which is hot trash.
Yes.
So you know that stuff's going to hit the interweb for certain parties very quickly. So
It's gonna get up there real quick. All their stuff.
Very quickly. Yeah,
Miles.
Hey, Culture Boss. Yes, milestone losses.
Yeah, and I mean, she pays attention too, but that's the thing that I didn't want anybody to miss from the subscriber thing, because they don't want you to know. They also aren't telling you in these calls, and unless they're pressed on it, they won't, how many they're losing on the broadcast side of things, because broadcast subscriptions are falling across the board for everything that they have, all of their channels on cable and satellite. So it's one of those, just pay attention to that, because going forward, you will only hear good news if they have good news to give. That's it.
Because Disney does not like to pay attention to bad news.
No.
They do not like to talk about it. They don't like to bring it up. If you're an investor that dare even hint about it, they'll tap dance around it. They will. It's just a mess. But going on here with more losses. ESPN is losing money. I can't tell you the last time I looked at a broadcast, like an actual broadcast.
I stopped watching sports. I canceled all my sports packages.
I don't do sports.
I canceled all my golf packages.
Like I told everybody on my channel, by the end of this month, I will no longer have DirecTV.
Hell yeah.
That's still around?
No.
Okay, I just had to ask.
Well,
I haven't. I think AT&T tried to sell me DirecTV, and I said no, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I want that, but
I will not be wearing latex for that meeting, KJ. But thank you for asking.
oh boy.
oh, okay. Well,
I'm serious. It's in the chat.
Oh boy.
Sports Wars is sport. Yeah, Sports Wars is sports. Yeah.
Yeah. No, Sports Wars, black and white sports. Those, you realize that's where I'm paying attention to stuff now. You know, I was listening to John Matrix and Rhodes Rants, listening to Ryan and Jeremy and the crew talk about sports. You know, I listened to Lyndon Hall about like silly things like cricket and like whatever that round ball is with the black and white marks on it that the Europeans play and think is a sport. Yeah.
It's like it's much better just watching it, you know, like on YouTube or you're listening to other podcasts and watching it, you know.
Were there any other hidden messages that they kind of gave a hint to, but pretty much then filtered it with more of this? It looks like verbal diarrhea because I tried listening to this recording and I felt like I wanted to go to sleep.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, Lorraine is about to get to it more on the parks. This is key information because they lost $2.6 billion.
Yeah. And as someone who plans Disney trips coming from outside the state of Florida, okay, you're starting to plan now if you're going summer, like through the end of the year. No more extra magic hours. It's like 30 minutes. So they changed that. Magical Express is going away. You have to pay to park at the resorts. Food prices are up. Capacity is down.
So
how many rides aren't even, rides that aren't finished yet?
Well, they have attractions that are down like most of the day, if not all of the day. They have stuff that they haven't opened or reopened for operation. When you go to get on Rise of the Resistance still, you're actually in line that exits the Galaxy's Edge area and goes back into the Muppet Land area. Part of the line is next to the Muppet Theater. And then it goes back into a back door so you miss almost the entire queue. One of the cool features of the attraction. And this is after you waited to get on the thing in the first place and prayed you got in a boarding group the two times that they released the times to get on there, to get into the virtual queue. And those people are stuck in the park until their virtual queue pops. And if it goes down, like it goes down twice, 3 times a day sometimes for many hours at a time, it is what it is. And most of the time now, Kylo Ren is in B mode. So he's not even doing his thing. If you watch the attraction and you see the full-bodied Kylo at the end of near the end of the attraction, most of the time he's covered over and not working. Sorry.
There is an easy solution to this, though. All they have to do is just up the production of that that rainbow popcorn, and they can make some of their money back because that seems to be the most popular thing people talk about when it comes to Disneyland, right?
Yeah.
I thought it was the turkey legs, but
I haven't seen the turkey legs that much.
They're really good.
Yeah, you could feed a whole family on them, actually.
Yeah. And look, the parks thing is what it is, but that is their number one revenue source. I mean, the studios only managed to start making real revenue in the last, decade, courtesy of Marvel. They did increasingly worse with every Star Wars film release. So I don't know. Anyway, we need to move on.
Yeah. So they're saying, 1.19 million loss in operating revenue due to the parks being closed for some or all the quarter. And then they're talking around how money was lost because of the pandemic and reasons why. Well, yeah, we all knew that. Thank you, Mr. Trickle Trunks, for the $2 super sticker, Canadian dollars. Thank you so much, and glad you're here. But the thing that cracks me up, so attendance at Walt Disney World grew from last quarter to this quarter because they shoved in more people.
Yeah, that's true. They did. You have limited options to eat now because of the way they're doing things. You have a very weird way to try to eat if you're ordering from a counter service or quick serve, because you have to order on your phone and then you take the food away to try to find some place to eat it. And that they use that also at the resorts as well.
Hold on a second, Culture. So you have to, if you order your food on the app, you have to wait and then pick it up.
Yeah. And then you have to show up outside of the area or nearby enough that you're inside the geofencing, hit the thing that say I'm here, and they start prepping your food. So, or the button that says prep my food. Yeah, sometime I'll take a video of it.
Okay, because I'm just going to say that's a one-up that Universal has on them. You use the thing, you order the food, you know, you're sitting down, they bring it to you. Like literally, you're sitting at the table, they bring it to you.
So I'll give you an example. On a recent trip, I ate at Zatuli Cafe in Avatar area at Animal Kingdom. Mm-hmm. And so I ordered the food, then I hit the button, and when I was outside, and I waited 20 minutes for my phone to go off to tell me that the food was ready. Then I went and marched my way in there. Now it's nice that you have to. It's nice that they are essentially virtually queuing you in a line, and you're just standing there with your phone outside. But that's going to really super suck in the summertime. I mean, you know how it is. You don't, and there's not the greatest shade cover at Animal Kingdom.
No.
At the same time, I had the same exact experience, only less effective, when I ate at the Riviera. I went to the cafe there because it's got this beautiful water view, and I went over. I used the gondolas to get from the Studios Park over there, and there's this amazing cafe downstairs that overlooks the pool and the water and everything else. And there were like 4 tables you could eat at inside. Otherwise, they had you sitting outside. And it's going to get less and less. I mean, they are not being terribly friendly compared to Universal. Universal is more guest friendly right now during the pandemic than Disney.
My
and
God,
you think it'd be the polar opposite, but
it is
I don't want to bitch about that.
No. Just to say about that, it was just interesting that you brought that up, because again, it goes towards the perception of value, which at Disney it's just not there, and they're making it off of their parks. So going down here, Disneyland and Disneyland Paris expected to stay closed through March 2021. Mm-hmm. But here's the other thing down here. Chapek says there's ample demand for the parks. I take issue with that. I don't think that there's ample demand. Demand that they're seeing, it may be local, but for their base that's coming in, like say from the Northeast, that's coming in from overseas, that's like drastically reduced.
Yeah, the ample demand for the parks. They keep reading because there's more important information here.
So he says he feels they have given sufficient assurances and that they are pleased with future bookings. Industrial engineering teams at Walt Disney World in Shanghai have found ways to increase attendance and keep their costs down to show positive gains. Basically, they found ways to put more people in and say they have no decrease in safety. And
they're doing it in a way that inconveniences their guests. They're doing it at the detriment of the guest experience. That they were only keeping the high efficiency, low quality food places open. Mm-hmm. They're not giving you any of those experiences. Your guest experiences have been reduced by, I don't know, a factor of 10, maybe. I mean, you're getting about 5 to 10% quality show in Disney right now, which is terribly frustrating, which, I had intended to go back here relatively soon, and I'm still delaying my return trip because it just, it's frustrating. I mean, there's some things I need to look at there while I'm there, but I just, it's frustrating. And again, I mean, it's frustrating for employees of the company because they're dealing with a lot of aggravated people. They're getting to the point now where, the mask thing, people don't even want to listen to the people telling them to put on their mask. So there you go.
There's the other thing that he brought up too, because one of the investors said, with the vaccine and all this going on, is there going to be any change to the mask mandate at the parks? And Chapek's basically like, not until 2022.
Wait. And can I jump in on this quickly? Like, no offense, but who in the hell is going to want to take a family photo where they're like, oh, you remember that time we went to Disneyland? We had to wear those masks. I remember Jimmy's face in that awesome memory.
But it I'm sorry, go ahead, Culture.
No, please.
Then again, Stephen, you have to understand, for some people, this may be the only time that they get to go, and they're willing to do that. And then you have some people who will just take their masks off to take the pictures. But
I respect.
Is it value to do that right now? No. I look at my pictures from Disney. There's like no masks on, so it's like, who the heck wants to do that? But
you're dropping what for let's say like maybe a normal family. I don't know, that is air quotes, about let's say $4,000 for this there and back trip. That's including all your accommodations, meals, and any special luxuries, right? Yeah. Those pictures you take at that park are are literally $4,000 pictures because they're attached to those memories and those great times. I understand people will do it because they just will have their only time, but if I'm looking through my photo album, the last thing I want to see is like, I remember when Jimmy was such a young age. Can't see his face though, but I remember Jimmy also well. Like, no, like that's.
I understand, but again, it depends on what you want to do and what you don't want to do.
Yeah,
that's unfortunately what it
my
boils
personal
down
opinion.
to.
Sorry, I should
my
that way.
Personally, I don't want to do that. No. But you have some families who it may be, you know what, this is the only time that we get to go, and for whatever reason, and you just go. And that's what they have to deal with, because ultimately it all boils down to, is it worth it to you?
No.
And I've had to ask myself that question too, because with the 50th coming up, I'm honestly looking at, I may just be at Universal and commute over to
you have a better time there though, like especially with the Diagon Alley and stuff, and the Raptor coaster coming soon.
What were you saying, Culture?
Oh, nothing. I was just going to add to the fact that, you know, your experience at Universal will be better sooner, because Universal is going to say, you know what, we don't need masks anymore way before Disney does.
You don't need a reservation, to get in. If you're staying at Universal's hotels, you still get to get into the parks, even when they close it, by capacity. Yeah. And it's crazy because
they've shown that science has shown that some of the stuff that we're doing right now isn't effective.
No.
And so anyway, I didn't want to get bogged. I really
but that is the thing, because as somebody who is used to going to Disney, used to spending at sometimes crazy amounts of money, going more than once a year, pulled back considerably.
Yeah.
And even looking at the 50th, it's just like, if I decide to even drop in, now it's like there's no value at a Disney hotel, so why the heck should I stay there?
Well, and they've enraged a huge portion of their population, people that spend an awful lot of money at the parks.
It sure is, isn't it? It's freaking awesome.
Universal's Fast Pass system is far superior to Disney's too, absolutely. And you know what? It's funny because Disney for a long time was king, and then they implemented Fast Pass Plus, which I said years and years ago, back when I was doing different Disney stuff, was going to be a problem for guests going forward. Again, it really doesn't. Like I said, it does. It's
Diagon Alley. Awesome. Sorry,
that's like going to Oktoberfest and now there being no beer. That's just weird.
The value is just the value is not there. But again, it all depends on
the want over the need.
Exactly. Is it worth it to you or not? And as a hardcore Disner, just like Culture, it's just like we've been pulling back just repeatedly, because it's to the point now where it's just like it's not worth it the way that you used to be. Like, speaking of worth it, here's the other thing that Chapek was talking about that thought everybody was so excited, and we're just like, really? Yeah. So he's telling people. So for people who don't know about the Galactic Star Cruiser, supposedly the Star Wars hotel where you pay like, what is it, like $3,000 a person or something like that for 3 days?
Your wallet's blown away.
You know what, off the top of my head, I don't remember. I did a story on this not long ago on my channel, or actually it's been forever ago now, but it is it's very expensive. You have a cabin just like you would on a cruise ship. They essentially is structuring it like a cruise, and you're going on this Galactic Star Cruiser, and then you will have excursions, including a trip into the Galaxy's Edge and things like that, Black Spire Outpost, right? Yeah. And but they also have virtual attractions inside this giant cement block that they built, there at the parks. You'll have a shuttle that, it's $1,400 to $1,600 a person. Yeah, I think that's right, Biggles, or something like that. And I don't know that it's pretty close to what you pay for a cruise, guys. I mean, it really, if for a premium cruise experience, and you do have to stay for 3 days.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, they are experimenting with that, and they're experimenting with 1 week a month where they'll do something different. But that I don't know that got nailed down. But yeah, the 3-day thing was confirmed early on. But you will get a shuttlecraft ride from the Galactic Cruiser to Galaxy's Edge. That will be immersive.
Yeah.
I don't know how immersive that's going to be wearing masks and only having 2 people being able to be on the shuttlecraft from destination to destination.
Wait.
I have a feeling they're going to want to blow that off pretty quick. And notice how nobody in that is wearing masks. But it's
that's not true. Chewbacca's wearing a mask.
That's old art. But this is where all the things that you were told that Galaxy's Edge was going to be, this is where they all ended up. All of the interaction, all of the characters walking around, all of that is only going to be here.
Yeah.
It's frustrating.
It's like you're in a bottle almost. So
I have a question though with the shuttlecraft. This is like the vehicle that will take you to the hotel and then leave you after. So it's supposed to be all immersive. So it's probably gonna be like blackout windows that have LED screens. So you won't be able to talk to your driver because they will still have to be able to see outwards, because that will be the only way to take you out of the experience they're trying to put you into for $1,600 a person.
But is anybody even driving that, or is it like I keep thinking?
I hope someone's driving it.
Maybe like the automated shuttle that they have at like Orlando International Airport, where it's not.
It is to my knowledge, it is a 4-wheeled or 6-wheeled vehicle. Yeah. So because it's got to have the passability backstage. And it doesn't leave the ground. When you arrive, your arrival experience will have you enter the hotel through the front door and take like a simulated space elevator ride or some such. It's not exactly that, but I forget what it's termed. But you're going to essentially ascend to this galactic cruiser. You will join it at what they call the arrival experience. You'll have that form of an arrival shuttle, whatever it ends up being on the final thing, whatever they're terming it as. But you'll ride up there with whoever your party is, just like you're going on this vacation, this Star Cruise vacation. And when you from that, I mean, you're just gonna you're gonna have whatever adventure you're gonna have there. They will have a star battle that you'll participate in. There's different things. To some extent, your day will be planned. You are going to be. These are all the things they planned to give you at Black Spire Outpost with Star Wars. You're going to be able to interact with the people there.
This is from Tom. Wow. I just saw this pop up.
Oh no!
Is that Rob?
No, but there's something worse.
Illustrates what Steven was saying. So,
yeah.
Oh, there's even worse. I hate to break franchises for a second, but Shatter just called out someone photoshopping Spock kissing Kirk, written tagging Happy Valentine's Day. I am not kidding.
Wow.
But yeah, so all of the interactions, by the way, that's a really awesome shirt. But
I do like that shirt, yeah.
I actually have one of those, that Disney Hawaiian shirt. But like I said, this is going to be an interactive experience that you were promised in Galaxy's Edge. So you will interact, the crew will interact with you, they will know your name because of your, phone, magic band, whatever you're wiring. They're going to know those things. Oh, and this is the other thing. Disney's taking away all the pluses, right? Yeah. To operational pluses. One of them is the Magical Express. I think we talked about that last week.
Annual pass.
They're taking away free
for families. Having the Magical Express. It was like you didn't have to pay for transportation, so it's perfect.
They're moving away from free Magic Bands. So now, if you want to utilize the Magic Band, you have to buy one. And I knew that was going to happen.
Like,
yeah,
no more freebies anymore.
I have about 1,000 of those, but yeah.
Thank you, Orville Nation, for the $5. It's Happy Valentine's Day, Lorena. Thank you so much, PJ. Yeah, this is my collection, my freebies. I think I have 2 more. Yeah. Get all different colors. But I'm glad you brought that up. That's yet another thing. It used to be free.
Yeah,
now you have to pay for it.
Magic hours, which we talked about last week, extra magic hours. It will now just be 30 minutes. You can't do very much in 30 minutes. You will get one attraction in. They're taking away the perks of the park for the people that stay on site. So they are removing the incentive to stay on site.
And that was something that I loved about the Disney hotels. It was always special staying on Disney property. It's like you got to get into the parks like 1 hour early in the morning, or my favorite, 3 hours in the evening, because I've been to Magic Kingdom at like 1 o'clock in the morning on Pirates of the Caribbean, and they have the characters out there and they're like in pajamas and doing special things. And it's like awesome. You get to like literally ride rides like 3, 4, 5 times in a row because there's hardly anybody there because you're a Disney guest. Now that's completely gone.
Yeah, it's going to be really hard for someone like me to do the 6-park challenge in one day. So because they took away like an hour and a half of entry time for me. So Anyway, it is what it is. But back to this. I apologize.
But yeah, so this thing I don't really see for your average family. When I say average, like if you're your average family that's staying in like a value resort, I don't really see this being a big, huge draw in culture. Like I think you said, like something I guess they may be doing once a month.
They might have an extended. Yeah. I mean, that was part of the conversation early on. I don't know how far it got, and I haven't talked to one of my friends who's directly involved with this project for a while. So
I could see it as like an extra thing to do if you're at Galaxy's Edge, if they open it up that way. Yeah. But it's like, I can't, because when I first heard about this hotel, I'm like, cool, it's going to be a Star Wars hotel. You can check in for however many nights, you know, you wanted to, and probably maybe on par with how much the deluxe resorts are. But just that price point, well, like you say, it's kind of like a cruise. We're talking cruises.
It is.
But
yeah, it is. And that's the whole plan. I mean, there's a dining hall like there is on a cruise ship. There's you don't have a lot. There's not a lot of rooms. There you go. There's not a lot of rooms.
What is that?
That's your room.
That's the room.
That's for 6.
Here's your porthole. Here's your comm panel. You got one bed here, and you got a bunk bed here. Here's one up in the top, and one down there below the bottom.
Pretty cool. Huh?
No. This looks like a bathroom for a sumo wrestler. It looks tiny.
It looks like a cruise stateroom. It looks like a stateroom on the Disney Magic. Actually, sailed on the Magic. That's
all
what
it
looks like.
Cheapskate suite.
It's a good design. Hey, Rowan Ginger Rapping. Yeah, it is. I'll take a Japanese capsule hotel over that. Yeah, I expected for it to look better than this. I mean, it may be me, but I was expecting something that maybe reminded me of Cloud City, maybe reminded me of Best.
I didn't. This is exactly what I expected. This was exactly what was described to me before they even started work on this.
Wow.
I would rather have the Japanese pod hotel bed because hotels. You want to know why? I'm 6'4". I would get a kick out of laughing at my legs sticking out the end the whole night. That's the only reason why I would get one of those.
It's just
I feel like a burrito.
It doesn't. This is like a BioReconstruct. If you're not following him,
he's
definitely
awesome.
do. He's awesome. He gets great views of all kinds of theme parks, including Universal. So he gets lots of stuff. So this is like the aerial views of where it's going to be.
Yeah.
Again, they have not said anything about an opening date or anything like that. And there's one last quote that I wanted to talk about. Braden, he runs a YouTube channel called Mickey Views, another really good Disney blog. Young guy. He's always in the parks. Well, when he gets a chance to, has really good analysis. He says, if you've ever wondered why the parks aren't the focus, this is what happens when you buy every other entertainment company under the sun. Makes the major stakeholders in your company media tycoons from every company you bought, and their focus is media, not parks. And this is a quote from Christine McCarthy, where she was talking about capital expenditure will continue to be decreased at the parks and increased on the media side of the business. I don't like that.
I don't want to go to Disneyland no more.
Nobody wants to go. Honestly,
let's go to Universal and ride the Velocicoaster.
Tom, I have a request though. If you are going to do that charity cross-dress stream, can you also cross-dress all your baby Yodas, please?
They're going to lose money everywhere. They are going to lose money. And you know what? If they start bringing Nintendo to Universal,
they're going to win. That Nintendo park will win everything Disney's done.
They're losing market share. This is a conversation that Jeremy pursued the other day. I thought it was very wise. He's not wrong. Disney currently in theme parks is losing market share to Universal. They're going to continue to do it. They actually were comfortable doing it while they were building, Pandora, the Avatar area at Animal Kingdom. But they also cut back. This happens every time with them now. They cut out attractions. They originally are going to develop with 3 attractions. And instead, they end up with 2. There was supposed to be an up and back coaster that was going to be part of that development. Anyway, it doesn't matter. The same thing happened with Black Rock Spire, which was not going to be Black Rock Spire. It was going to be based on the 3 original films. Right. It was going to be far more successful. But they cut back attractions and quality there as well. They are doing that consistently, and it is conceding market share to Comcast, Universal. And I don't understand it. I mean, I've been watching this for decades now. My involvement in some of the stuff, I'm just saying it's very, very frustrating being this tied to some of this stuff and just be like, you guys are going backwards again. And this is exactly the kind of thinking that got them into the position where they were in big trouble before the family brought in Eisner. Mm-hmm. Before Royo brought in Eisner to keep the company from being purchased by Japan.
Yeah, I saw that in the Imagineering story. They were talking about that because I bought into, because for me it's like I remember the Eisner area. Era. That's what I remember. When I bought my Disney stock, I bought in during the Eisner era at that time. And to see what Iger has done with the company, it's like the Disney that I remember, it's like it's not there. And I didn't think it would ever happen. It seemed to start to happen with the media. Then when they started doing things in with the parks, and I think, like I told you guys before, when I went December 2018, that was the worst trip to Disney World I'd ever had. And I never thought that would ever happen. The show quality, the park's definitely not as clean. We used to joke and say you could eat off the floors at a Disney bathroom because they clean it like pristine, how they would keep things clean. No, trash overflowing like crazy, shoving people in like sardines. The prices just go. It was just got to the point where some people just said, you know what, I've had enough.
Well, and here's the other thing, and this is what I talk about a lot when it comes to Disney and other media companies that have other entities. The minute that you start to get rid of people that have been there for a long time and you're losing that institutional knowledge, that institutional memory, you are killing opportunities to go back and fix things to the way that they were. Yeah. And there are times when we have to do that. There are times your computer starts to run afoul and you have to go back to a previous version in order to, remedy the issues that you're having. And when you start cutting out all of these people who have a hand in making these things go for years and years, you are losing that institutional knowledge and that institutional memory, and you can't replace it. It's not something. I mean, you can go back and look at photographs. You can get a description of how that might have happened.
They're losing that domain knowledge.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're losing.
Knowledge. It's just crazy. One guy, I think he just left.
Who? There
was some other VP that just left with one.
Yeah, they're losing the guy that ran Animal Kingdom. Mm-hmm. Yeah, one of the VPs. Look, it's just we're in a weird place. And like I said, back to the earnings call, just to round it out for as far as I'm concerned, for me, they had nothing positive to say other than the streaming stuff. No. The nothing burger of the hotel landed like a wet thud, and their earnings don't support their value. They haven't. But they do have enough assets to stave off a purchase at this point. Most people don't realize, just because of their real estate holdings and everything else. They have a lot they can stave that off.
Oh, sorry. Thank you, Roger Haynes, for the $1.99 Canadian.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up. Thank you so very much. And thank you, Ms. Martin Muses Teresa, for the 99-cent sticker. I'm sure it's a rose, right? I think it's a rose.
Yeah, it's always a rose, pretty much. But can we sum it up like this? Disney has lost its magic. It is no longer the magical kingdom. It is a place of escapism. It is not even a place to feel good to go. And this is my opinion. But I remember as a kid, the magical kingdom, the wonderful world of Disney. I yet to see in this day and age, especially over the last 2 years, it's probably been a lot longer, that there is no wonderful or magic in this place to take your dollars away from you. And if it was my opinion, save your money and find something worthwhile to keep a memory with your family, because I don't see any value here.
I would say again, it's go ahead, Culture.
I was just going to say, I would never tell anybody,
I'm not telling them how to spend their money.
Yeah, exactly.
It's my opinion.
Yeah. It's just
it's a hard thing to say.
Yeah, I still think that everybody can get some value there in an experience in traveling there, if they exercise all of the shortcuts to making the trip enjoyable, like when to arrive, planning their day, et cetera, et cetera. So, but anyway, I'm making us go long. I don't want to make us go long.
I'll just say, but yes, it's like the earnings call. It was pretty much flat. We didn't get any super amount of good news. It wasn't.
They tap danced. They didn't lie.
No, but they tap danced around it. They didn't really try to give a whole lot of information. They tried to blow up how great Disney Plus is, try to play down the fact that, they're pulling more money from the parks when they need to put more money in the parks. Thank you, Gojira Star. I love that avatar. I'm Team Godzilla. For $2, a $2 super sticker. And what do we have? A Shiba Inu doll with a thumbs up. Thank you. Yeah, there's things about Disney that I still like, parts of it. And most of it all boils down to where if you go, realize that it's not the magical place that it used to be.
No.
There's still things there that I like to see. And when I go, reminds me of when I did go with my family years ago. So there's always going to be those little pockets of magic that you're going to see that are there. But is it that all-encompassing Disney magic that it used to be? No, it's not. But I think that if you go there knowing that, you'll plan much smarter. And with regards to the earnings call, again, they're playing down how much money and stuff they're taking out the parks and putting it into streaming. But I really don't see a lot of enhancements going on at the parks. It's mostly going to go into streaming. So again, the stockholders meeting where normal people like Culture and myself get to attend and ask questions, whether it's picked or not, I don't know. That is going to be next month, I believe March 11th. Definitely pay attention to what comes out of that, because Disney can't pre-screen the questions that are going on for that.
When's this?
This is March 11th. So you can only get into that call if you own stock and you've got a control number to get into the call.
Do you guys want to take bets they might postpone it?
I don't think that they will. They
have with fiscal year
exactly, and they don't want to get in any more trouble with the SEC. They really don't want to. Will the whole thing be streamed? It will be streamed if you are a stockholder. So you have to have for every share of stock that you own, you have a control number. At least it is with my brokerage, where you need that control number in order to get into the website for it to be streamed. So that's how that works. So, Culture and I will probably, we'll give you the details when we get through the the call that they're having. Since because of the Wu flu, now they're gonna have to stream it. So,
And,
well, like they got, yeah, they're not going to postpone it. They need to do that.
and I apologize. I wasn't trying to tell anyone in the chat how to spend their money. It was just a personal opinion that I don't see the magic for the value of your dollar.
I know it's totally what it is. It's like it's all up to the individual person, because I have people or friends, who are Disney nerds who got to the point where just like, magic is going, I'm not spending any more of my money there unless you want to meet up somewhere, then we'll go ahead and we'll go. But yeah, no, you're perfectly fine.
I'll share my screen quickly for Valentine's Day.
Okay, we'll take it out with this.
There you go, William Shatner. There you go. I gotta love William Shatner.
Shatner's nuts. I love Shatner. I do.
That is disturbing.
He lived long and French kissed.
I love Tom's voices. Folks,
Nimoy is not my style. Sorry.
He likes to live long and prosper me in so many ways.
They will sell your organs. That's so funny. What am I supposed to do on this cash? As
as they say, if you're going gay, go for decay.
Mm-hmm. Oh my.
And how we wound up on Star Trek.
I like to neck pinch fiercely.
That's how it goes here, folks. So please do subscribe to everyone here.
Highly illogical to use both fingers, Captain.
Okay, you're gonna get me demonetized. Anyway,
Priceline.com. Check it out.
Hey, Stevie loves William Shatner.
I'm gay for that. Happy gay, that is.
Oh my, yes. Hey, Lady Mist, I think I saw you earlier. I'm sorry, I didn't say hi. Star Trek is gay. Hey, Shellback, thank you for
it's gay for you. It's gay for them. It's gay for everyone.
Check out my new song, "Concussion," coming to
iTunes
later today.
Well, folks, thank you so much for coming. Please subscribe to everyone here on the
when
panel.
They said going where no man gone before, I had no idea.
I'll say it here first. If I get to 1,000 subs before the end of the year, I will do a face reveal.
It was misread. It was plural men.
I like you, Will. You're my little Billy.
And thank you so much, Mr. Shatner, for dropping by our stream here. We
Absolutely, positively. I don't normally do popcasts. Is that what he's called?
It's a Priceline cast.
Pod stocks. Is that what this is?
Yes. It's a.
But it's Valentine's Day and Lorena is so lovely. I figured, how could I turn down the invitation?
Oh well, thank you, Mr. Shatner.
Absolutely, positively.
He's so smooth.
I loved you in Star Trek: The Next Generation.
What now?
Folks,
you're wrong. I was in Star Wars.
Thank you. Bye.
I got.
Oh wait, totally wrong outro. Here we go.
Smash the like.
Was that